Michigan's primary isn't until after Super Tuesday next March, but the state is critical for the eventual Democratic nominee to retake the White House. Donald Trump's last campaign stop before Election Day was in Grand Rapids. He narrowly won the state in 2016. Last week, our Caitlin Huey-Burns asked Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan what it takes to win back Michigan.
But what people in this state want is somebody who can relate to your basic aspirations. I want to be able to work hard. I want to be able to get good skills, and I want to have a better standard of living. That's what Michigan's always been about.
Charlie LeDuff joins me now from Detroit. He is the author of Detroit, An American Autopsy. People will recognize Charlie, of course, as a chronicler of Detroit's many ups, many downs. Charlie, great to see you again. Last week, Mayor Duggan endorsed Joe Biden. Today, Senator Kamala Harris's campaign announced the Michigan Democratic Party Black Caucus was endorsing her. What do Democratic candidates have to do to get support in your state?
From my opinion, and it's just my opinion, and I do roll in these streets, it's got to be more than Trump. This can't be whether you like Trump or you don't like Trump. It's not about Trump. It's about the people. They want to talk about green, bread, money. Today I talked to 30 people. 17 of them do not have $1,000 cash, which is normal in America. Our roads are third world. Our power grid went out last week. 820,000 households in the state of Michigan went down. So I'll tell you this. Here's 50 years ago, the United States government had a $3 billion surplus with 500,000 service people in Vietnam and people on the moon. Very expensive endeavors. 50 years later this week, we're running a $300 billion deficit. The roads are collapsed, and China's on the moon. So what you better really talk about is money, jobs, infrastructure, schools, and the future of our kids. If you sit in here and you start giving me the yapping talking points, Trump's got a real good shot, no matter what the polls say, because remember, they said that last time everybody was here.
So let me ask you, Charlie, from what you've been hearing, have 2020 Democrats been treating the entire state of Michigan like a priority at this point?
Again, me trying to be a conduit of the people, so this is not scientific. We haven't seen any Democrats. They haven't been here since the last election. Now we got made for TV stuff. You have to come in here. You have to know what's going on with the UAW. You have to know that our real wages and our income for our families has dropped since 2013 and 16. We're not getting it done. We're scared for our kids, and our jail is more fetid, more putrid than any detention facility on the border, and these are our neighbors, our cousins, fellow citizens who are presumed to be innocent. The water in Flint, I don't have to tell you about it. Where's everybody been? Talk to us.
Yeah.
We're the northern border, and we're broke.
So let me ask you about proposals. So we've seen candidates putting out a lot of proposals ahead of the debates this week. You just went through a whole host of issues that you want to hear them talk about. What specifically you think should be talked about even more that you think, is not even on the radar at this point for these candidates?
Well, for real, jobs. And what's funny about it, this is weird math. Donald Trump has stolen half of the platform of the Democratic Party. He's the one talking about trade deals. He's the one talking about China. He's the one talking about Mexico. If you think Trump is an anomaly of the United States, ask yourself, why does Brazil have a Trump? Why does India have a Trump? Why does Europe have Trump? Because everybody in the world has lost their wealth. They're afraid for the future. And if they don't address the future of my child and our schools, which are amongst the worst, and we're playing amongst the highest, then you're not going to win. It's just going to be more, cable news network. Look at Trump said this week, tweet, tweet, tweet. That's right. We all agree? Yeah, they're out here agreeing. And I don't want to be just the talking head. I'm with my people.
So I know you don't want to be a talking head, but I do want to ask you about some local politics here, Charlie.
You're the best.
Charlie,
yes.
Let me ask you about this Senate race, because Republicans appear to be targeting Michigan's Democratic Senator Gary Peters, who's up for re-election in 2020. Yeah. A billboard by the NRSC intentionally misspells his name, and a poll in January showed 36% of Michigan voters have never heard of him. Republicans have recruited a person by the name of John James to challenge challenge Peters. He lost to Senator Debbie Stabenow in 2018. Do you think that John James stands a chance at unseating Peters, given the political climate? From talking to people there, is there a chance to unseat Peters?
There's always a chance, and it depends how long, Donald Trump's coattails are. It's important to say that Mr. James is a black man and a conservative Republican. So this state, as you know, is very purple. It's conservative, but it's got working people values. It's really about the green again. Does he have a chance? Yes. Would I give him a great chance? No. Incumbents normally, win, and it depends how much money the Republicans want to, put behind Mr. James. And I will tell you this: I know the guy, and he better toughen up. He's a really nice guy, but that's not going to get it done in America anymore. It's a brawl. So he's got to be, he's an ex-serviceman. You know what I mean?
What do you mean toughen up, Charlie?
He's very demure. He's very nice. He's very cultured. He has good manners. That's not working in politics anymore, right? It's bare knuckle. And if you're going to take out an incumbent, and Gary Peters isn't considered, a radical leftist, if you're going to take out a moderate Democrat who's the incumbent, you better have some really good ideas. He better have done something wrong, which he doesn't have that taint on him, and you better present yourself as a person of the people.
Interesting.
If you're just, a nice guy in a suit, that doesn't work in America.
All right. Well, Charlie LeDuff, I'm afraid we are out of time. I could talk to you all day. It's great to see you. Thank you so much, Charlie.
Yeah, really, really good. Thanks for having me.